Ready to go then, huh? I'll call the Mandan Park District Board meeting for Monday, July 10th, 2023 to order. Any additions or deletions to the agenda?
None.
None, okay. We will open it for public communication from visitors. There's a few members in the audience, but they're here to speak on agenda items, it appears. So, second call for public communication. Seeing none, we'll close public communication. First order of business will be approval of the June 12th, 2023 regular meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 12th, 2023 minutes.
I second.
We have a motion and a second for approval of the regular meeting minutes. All those in favor of approval of the minutes, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting minutes are approved. Item number 1, consider for approval bonding sale for the park operations maintenance building. Mike Manstrom?
Correct. Yep.
Hi, Mike. Go ahead.
Good evening, Commissioners. Mike Manstrom, Colliers. What I have for you this evening for your consideration is a resolution prepared by your bond counsel, Jim Stewart and Scott Wagner. Resolution approving the issuance of $1,845,000. Now, that money is used for the construction of the maintenance building, which I'm sure you guys are all well aware of. Colliers will underwrite the bond issue. We have the results of the sale. We have an office in Bismarck and an office in Fargo and the Minneapolis trading desk. And I'd like to go over the rates on the bonds for you. The $1,845,000, this is a 20-year maturity. And the net interest cost on these bonds would be 4.61, and true interest cost is 4.64. It's a calculation. They're both the same. They impact you the same. So it's awarded on the true interest cost of 4.64482. But anyway, it's a 20-year bond. We started talking to Cole back about 3-4 weeks ago or more, and we estimated somewhere around our first solution showed a 4.38. So we're 20 basis points, 20 basis points higher. But we've got 6 weeks of turmoil in the interest rate market. The market's been trending up, certainly appears to be going to continue to trend up. So anything we can lock up now is money in the pocket for you guys. And this is a very good interest rate for today's market. And if you approve the resolution this evening, we lock up the interest rates and we'll transfer the money with Cole and Terry. And I'm happy to answer any other questions. Bonds were sold locally, local banks, local investors all had an opportunity to participate. That's the magic working out of the Bismarck office and pricing the bonds there.
Any questions for Mike?
And we can refinance after 7 years?
7 years, yeah.
Okay.
Even though rates are trending up, I've been doing this for 20-some years, and we almost always get to refinance somewhere down the line. Don't normally go out to maturity on anybody. Rates go up, rates go down. That's how it is.
Any other questions from the board? Okay. What are the board's wishes?
I'll make the motion to approve the resolution authorization of the insurance of park facilities gross and revenue bonds series 2023.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the bonding sale for the park operation and maintenance building. Commissioner Mutter, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Freilich?
Yes.
I also vote yes. Motion carries.
On behalf of Colliers, thanks for the opportunity to work for the district again. We had a lot of help from Terry and Cole. Obviously, you know that. So thanks, guys.
Thank you. Item number 2, a 2023 audit presentation. Pete?
Good evening, Commissioners. I'm Pete Carlson with Haga Comer CPA, and we did the audit for the Park District for 2022. Just to clarify, not 2023 yet. You've been provided a complete copy of the audit report, and I'll cover a few highlights. We issued a clean audit opinion on the financial statements. We had no non-compliance items to report. The financial statements are on pages 5 through 13 of the audit report. Page 5 is a balance sheet of all the activities of the Park District, including Raging Rivers in the business type activities column. You can see that the total assets of the Park District were $62 million. $690,000. Total liabilities were just under $9.4 million, and deferred inflows of resources was $5.1 million. On page 6, the change in net assets for the Park District was $4,579,000. The fund statements on pages 7 through 13 and the financial statement notes provide greater detail on the Park District's activities. A few of the key items to note include the following. There were contributions receivable of $2.25 million to the Park District, and this includes pledges to be received for projects including the Rodeo Arena, Starion Sports Complex, All Seasons Arena, Soccer Complex, and Softball Parking Lot. A new accounting standard for implementation of lease reporting resulted in the financial statements changing somewhat for the Park District relating to both leases receivable and lease liability transactions, and those are noted in the notes to the financial statements. The general fund shows excess revenues over expenditures of $866,000. A large transfer to other funds of a net $2.1 million was made for various project costs, including the tennis center, Ferris Field, the park maintenance shop, irrigation project, and loan payments. Overall, the net change in fund balances for the district's governmental funds was $2.7 million. Raging Rivers had net income before transfers of $219,000 and also had a transfer to other funds of $221,000 to make bond payments and cover the renovation grant matching costs. If you have questions after further review, we're happy to follow up with you at that time. Terry's records were in good shape, and we appreciate her efforts and those of the accounting staff in the audit process. Thank you.
Thanks, Pete. Any questions or comments from the commission? Well, thanks again for your work on this, and Terry and your staff, thanks for the work you do in keeping those records clean. It's important for us as an entity and our citizens, so appreciate it. All right, no action there?
Rep letter.
Yep, we need a motion to approve the 22
Okay.
audit.
What are the board's wishes?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2023 audit.
I'll second.
A motion from Commissioner Freilich, a second from Commissioner Mutter. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote. Commissioner Mutter.
Aye.
Commissioner Freilich.
Aye.
I'm also a yes. Motion carries. Thanks again. Item number 3, an update on sanitary sewer and park operation maintenance construction.
Yes, Vice President Melhoff and Commissioners, just an update on the sanitary. So, Jan Foshing and John Gardner Jr. Have already entered into contract with Bowers Excavating, so they are going to relocate the line. It's going to get done at the same time they do backfill. When we were here a month ago, we thought they would be starting here by now, but with some of the rain, we've kind of delayed. So that means the foundation walls should be done hopefully by the end of next week, and then they'll cure. So we're probably looking at 2 to 3 weeks before any type of backfilling and capping of that line will happen. At that time, we will try to give them 48 hours notice, 24 at the latest, to let Mr. Foshing and Gardner know that we will be capping it. So we're communicating on that end so they're aware of it. The only other item that will happen is we will have to probably widen our easement. It goes north-south in that property line. We will probably have to widen that a little bit just so we can fit in there and then get that recorded. That fee will be ours. The Park Districts will have Attorney Ruff develop that, so we won't pass that on to them. And everything should be good to go on everybody's end, and it'll be moved out of the way. So a lot of discussion last month, but overall this month seems like we've got it resolved. That's great. That's it.
Thank you. Any comments? Okay. Item 4, Commissioner Staff Reports.
In your board packet was our agenda for the strategic plan, retreat that we have on Monday, the 17th at 4:30. I've received some comments from some commissioners. If there's things that you want to add, please let us know so we have time to kind of research that. But overall, I think everything that we have listed on there should be good. And we'll be looking forward to you next Monday at 4:30 at Raging Rivers Park Administration Building. That's all I have.
Terry? Commissioner Mutter?
I want to thank the Dustin for the McQuaid softball tournament. I know they worked a couple late nights, and then they turned around and then made sure that the 4th of July rodeo was all taken care of too. I saw them working, but I also want to thank the Mandan Rodeo Committee and the fanatics who put on the rodeo. They had a full crowd. They had 4 nights of stuff. They had over 12,000 people there. So I want to make sure I thank them for first year. They've had some bumps and bruises, but they got through it and they did a great job. So I want to thank them for all the work they did.
Commissioner Mutter and Commissioners, just to add to that, so we did recap kind of how the 4th of July rodeo went on last Thursday, put together kind of a list of priorities as far as how we're going to address, there's some things that are more ADA accessible, some concrete. The rain didn't help that we had there in the grass, so access kind of made it a little difficult for that. So we're going to address some concrete additional things, looking at some of the bleachers as far as spacing and how we can schedule as far as how many seats were set aside for the fanatics who did the online ticket orders. So again, a lot of that doesn't really have to do with the Mandan Park District. We have the facility itself, so we'll have to address some of the concrete. We are meeting this Friday afternoon with the architect and the engineers, and along with our contractors, to get a quote what those dollar amounts will be as far as the improvements that we're looking at. Nothing I would say extravagant, but we're probably looking at least $100,000 to $150,000 worth of additional concrete. And we knew that going in. We didn't want to pour sidewalks and pads for porta potties and the food trucks because we just didn't know if that was the right location. So it was a good educational piece for all the rodeo committee members and along with ourselves to say, let's just watch where kind of the cow trails where people walk and access, and then kind of opened our eyes up where people want to be. So now we look where we can add the concrete as needed. That's all I have to report.
Okay.
I've got nothing.
I did make it out to that concert out at the rodeo grounds on the 30th, and it was pretty decent setup and definitely room to grow. And I did not make the rodeo, but I thought for a concert it worked pretty good with the food trucks and everything, and so it's a good start for sure. All right, item number 5, authorize payment of the monthly bills.
I'll make a motion to authorize payment of the monthly bills.
I'll second.
Motion from Commissioner Freilich to authorize payment of the monthly bills, the second from Commissioner Mutter. All those in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries. Future meeting dates for Park Board Commissioners, July 17th, Monday, as Cole mentioned, the Park Board Annual Retreat at the Park Administrative Office at 4:30 p.m. and the August regularly scheduled Park Board meeting, which will include the first reading of the 2024 budget, will be right here at 5:30. No other business, seeking a moment for adjournment.
I'll make the motion adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Mutter and a second from Commissioner Freilich. All those in favor of adjournment state aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same side. We are adjourned.